Hello all, Eric from Qualytics here. I want to demonstrate the power of one-shot prompting with Qualytics AgentQ. You can interact with AgentQ in a number of ways. For today's demo, I'm going to show an integration through the MCP service that ships with every Qualytics deployment. That's compatible with any LLM client that speaks MCP. A favorite here at Qualytics is the Claude desktop client, and I have that configured on the left with my prompt already entered there. I did not want to make you watch me type. You know what? We'll go ahead and kick that off, leveraging the model Opus 4.5. And while we watch the model do its thing, I'll describe a little more of what the type of activity that we've prompted here. So while that gets going, we've asked the LLM to find a data asset in TPCH Databricks and join it with a different data asset in TPCH BigQuery. We've also asked it to perform an aggregation on that joined dataset and then author a control, a quality check on top of that aggregation. You can see as it gets started, it first is describing the two data stores, specifically describing the two data assets that we named. We are looking at an orders table and a customers table. The model has already identified which column it's going to use to perform the join. You can see the computed join was created here. And as part of that computed join, it determined how to aggregate customer spending on a monthly basis, which is fantastic. You can see in the prompt, I did not give it any of those details. It's very much a business requirements style prompt there. And in fact, I've even got this note at the bottom to add metadata to our final check to indicate that the check itself delivers a ticket from our ServiceNow system, 90210. Now that the data asset has been created, the system is profiling it. That profiling is going to produce a set of fields for the data asset. It's going to type them and collect metadata about them. Looks like the model has just recognized that profiling operation is complete. Now it's going to examine the schema of the new data asset, take a look at the fields, take a look at the types, and after that, it'll be in a position to author the check that we requested. So it's first going to have to decide what rule type to use for the check, and of course, what fields the check should inspect. And looks like it's done that. It's going to use a greater than or equal to. It just determined that particular rule type doesn't exist. That's because in Qualytics, it's simply named a greater than rule type. You indicate through configuration whether the rule should be equal to or whether equals excluded. And there we go. It determined that. It's discovered that there's a Boolean inclusive, which can be set to true or false, to dictate the specific behavior that we want. The system's now telling me it's successfully set everything up, and it's going to give me a readout. Okay, so it's telling me that it's named the new data asset customer monthly spend. It is a join between two different data stores, one table from Databricks and another from BigQuery. It's identified the key that made the most sense for performing the join. Then it gives me the identifier of the check that was created. Fantastic. So let's go take a look within the Qualytics UI. I'm going to hit refresh here, and sure enough, my new data asset appears. I can bounce over to the checks defined on that data asset, and here we go. Going to expand that a little bit. We can see a description entered, ensures all customers spend at least $1,000 a month. It is, in fact, a greater than check. Our property is 1,000 inclusive. And there's my key value pair metadata showing that the ticket itself comes from a ServiceNow request ID 90210. Great. It's exactly what we were hoping for, all executed in a single prompt of our LLM, asking AgentQ to create that computed join appropriately, form the aggregation, and define a quality check on top of it to implement our business rule. In the next video, I'll walk through how to perform this exact same operation by directly calling the Qualytics API without the need for the LLM client, if any of you are interested in that. But that's all for today. Be well.